Hey guys, something totally different, something super special. Never shared this, but years ago in high school, my science teacher was actually a registered Pennsylvania ornithologist, and he used to capture birds, measure them, weigh them, band them, and release them. And he asked me one time if I wanted to get involved with that. So Saturday morning I rode my little bike up to his house and we went through that. And I almost became an ornithologist because I thought it was so cool. Didn't follow that path, but I've got this thing for feeding birds, making bird houses for you name a bird. I've built a house for it. Wrens, bluebirds, purple martins, robin shelves, phoebe, all kinds of things. Anyway, this video today is how I make suet. It's still winter time. It's actually January 28th, 2024. And I have a brisket on the new pellet grill. Quite a bit of fat on this one. So I thought, what am I going to do with this remaining fat? Hate to throw it away and waste it. So I'm going to make suet out of it. You don't want to use pork fat. Beef fat is a way to go. So basically what I do is, and yeah, I've done this in the past, but again, I've never shared it, is I like to use a pot. You can use a pan or whatever you'd like. And I trim these down pretty well. There might be a little bit of meat left on them. I'll put them in the pan, well, the pot in my case, and turn on the heat. Not super high enough to cook it. And Kitty wants to say hi. And get this melted down to a liquid. I definitely recommend putting a lid on it. And some meat left on it like that. I got kind of close. I'm no butcher. I definitely recommend putting a lid on your pan or pot because it's going to sizzle and spatter. And you don't want to get it all over your stove. It's a pain to clean. So I'm going to turn this on 1 to 10 on my stove. I'm going to turn it on a 4, and we're going to let this start to cook, and we'll be back and I'll show you what happens next. Alright, so this has been on here about 10 minutes now, and don't get scared. It takes a little while for this to render down into a liquid. And if you turn it up too high, like I said, it's not good. It'll wind up burning and sticking to the bottom of your pan. So it is kind of a slow process, but it's definitely a great way to use the fat and, you know, something worthwhile. This is probably going to take another 15 or 20 minutes to render down to a liquid, and then I'll show you what we do after that. So hang in there, we'll be back. Alright, so this has been on a medium-low heat for about 30 minutes. It definitely has a lot further to go, but you can see all of the rendered fat in there. I can make a lot with the fat that I trimmed off the brisket today. So we'll be right back and I'll show you the next step. So my next step is I have these Chinese food containers that I save, and I fill them up 3/4 of the way with the cheapy Tractor Supply bird seed, and I do buy I think it's a 40-pound bag of black oil sunflower seed from Tractor Supply. Fill these bowls up again about 3/4 of the way. Let this cool down just a little bit, and then all you have to do is pour it in here until it's just about covering the seed. This will go back on the stove to continue rendering because there's a lot more in here. It's amazing how much fat you can get out of the fat. and it's completely optional, but I will take a spoon and just kind of level this off because I'm anal. And this one needs more. Yeah, the first one actually has a little much in it. But yeah, level these out. And if you really want to drive your feathered friends crazy, you can melt some peanut butter into the pan that you're rendering your fat in. So I'm going to put a little bit more in here, in this one here. And basically that's it. These will go out on my deck, covered deck. Let them cool. They will solidify. And I'll show you real quick some of the other ones that I've already made. My wife loves me for this, but I keep them in the fridge. And this is what they're going to turn into. So basically what I do is if you cut these in half, they fit really well in those cheap wire suet feeders that you can buy at Walmart, Tractor Supply, and so on. But that's really all there is to it. Keep your kitty out of it. Not that it's going to hurt the birds, but I don't want my kitty getting any fatter. So guys, I just thought I'd bring you along for this, and yeah, beef fat, cheapy birdseed, some black oil sunflower mixed in, and guaranteed to draw blue jays, all kinds of woodpeckers, downies, and flickers, and even the cardinals. I've seen the cardinals on there. And early in the winter, I've actually had bluebirds on these. So it's definitely cool. It's definitely worth your while. And, you know, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. I make a lot of videos. I'm into all kinds of things, and maybe I'll post something you really enjoy. Guys, thanks and have a great night. Take care now.